I'm here at the boat for a day or two. I might leave tonight. I might leave tomorrow. I don't know. I have a pretty good sized list of things I want to do, but it's rather chilly. It's too chilly for paint or glue, again, and it's very, very windy. Um, Today I'm working on the outer forestay, attaching the Yankee. I have an idea to use some bits and bobs laying around the boat to make that work better. But I have a couple of pre-made rope, what do you call them? I guess you'd call it a horse, maybe, that were involved with the old jib boom arrangement with the crazy lanyards that were involved in tensioning the whisker stays and the bob stay before I replaced all that with chain. I'm going to try using one of those as a point to attach the tack of the foresail, the Yankee. I may wind up remaking that for two reasons. One, it's kind of old, and two, that's one. One, it's kind of old, and two, it may be too long. But before I put the time, energy, and materials into making that, I'm going to just fit what I have in place with a little wooden hook, stopper, whatever you want to call it, screwed to the bottom of the bowsprit to keep it from sliding aft under tension. But I can't even hoist that sail today because it's too windy. So I won't really know if it's going to work until I hoist the sail. But that can all happen later. I've thought about putting an eye bolt through the bowsprit there. I may wind up doing that, but I'd rather not drill a big hole through that bowsprit. And I don't have that hardware handy anyway. And if I want to get a quality piece of material, it's going to be expensive. And the budget this month is extremely tight. I'm recovering financially from a very, very cold winter where my energy bills at home went through the ceiling even before fuel prices went up in February, and almost no work. So, and meanwhile, the bill is due in a week for the summer slip here at the boat shop. So I got to be very, very careful about every penny at the moment. But anyway, let me go topside and get started. I also have a thought about replacing the halyard for the Yankee, which is pretty rotten. That should be a simple matter of attaching the end of some slightly better line and hauling it up through the block up there. But it's so windy, I don't want to take a chance on something getting tangled or snagged. I don't want to have to go up the mast by myself today. The next thing that'll probably happen is adding wrap boards to the starboard shrouds. But before I can do that, I have to make a bunch of stock at home, which I'm going to do probably this week, and then cut them down to lengths that can be managed on the motorcycle and bring them down here. But again, I have to tension everything a little bit more, and it's not really going to be warm enough for another week or so. I don't want to tighten it up when it's cold and then have it get real hot. Like, for example, the forecast for next Tuesday is supposed to be in the mid 80s or high 80s. If I tension it too much when it's cold, when it gets hot, that cordage is going to tighten up a lot, and it could do some damage. What else? Can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just remember when I reinstalled the round lazarette hatch on the aft deck. After rebuilding the aft deck, I temporarily put some wood blocks underneath to give the bolts something to clamp onto. It was never intended to be permanent, and one of them at least is already rotting a little bit. But I have this aluminum bar stock that I think is going to do the trick.